So we're going to start talking about parallel and perpendicular lines. We're going to do parallel lines today. We'll do perpendicular lines tomorrow. The graph shows two parallel lines, F and G. We're going to use those to answer our questions. So what is the equation of F? We've been doing this in slope-intercept form. Remember slope-intercept, and if you're not sure, you can always check your formula chart. What is this? Y equals mx plus b. So on F, y equals, what is our slope here? We have some nice pretty points. Notice our scale is by 1, so that's 1 over 2. What do I have to put after that? X plus 3. So then tell me the y equals mx plus b for line G. Y equals 1 over 2x minus 1. Compare these. What do you notice? Ooh, yes, they have the same slope, different y-intercepts. Okay. Do you think one or both of those is what makes this parallel? I don't know. That's what we're going to talk about today. Parallel lines on a coordinate plane are lines that are equal distance from each other at all points, and they have, what did you notice about the slopes on the ones? The same slope. So that's going to be our key today. Same slope. Parallel lines will never intersect. So our key today is going to be right here. Same slope. Same slope, same slope, same slope. So if we look at, find the slope of the line parallel to the equation. So we just said parallel lines have the same slope. What is the slope in number 1? Is it the 5 over 2 or the 14? 5 over 2. So if I want a slope that is parallel to that, what is my slope going to be? 5 over 2. Exactly. Don't overthink it because they are the same. Be careful on number 2. What is the slope on number 2? Negative 2. So if I want a parallel slope, what will it be? Do I need to keep the negative with it? Absolutely. And, what do we need to do on number 3? We got to change it to y equals first. So what is my slope when I change that to y equals? 4 over 3. So what's my parallel slope? 4 over 3. 4 over 3. Write the equation of the line. Okay, look for those keywords. Parallel, we just said, means it's going to have the same slope as y equals negative 4x plus 10 and has a y-intercept of negative 8. Okay, so if it's a parallel, what is my slope going to be? Negative 4. M is negative 4. So my equation is going to be y equals, we're going to keep that slope. What's my new y-intercept? Negative 4x minus 8. This next one, though, if it's parallel, we know it's going to have the same slope, but what's wrong with that equation? It's not in y equals, so what do we need to do? Divide by the 3. So y equals, what do we get when we do that? 2 over 3x minus 4, which the minus 4 doesn't really matter. What's my slope if it's parallel? 2 over 3. Remember, slope is just a number. It does not have the x. So 2 over 3. Now, when we write it in our equation, yes, y equals 2 over 3 x. What does it tell us? We're crossing the y-axis at 6. So that is our new b. A line parallel to y equals 1/4 x minus 9, okay, and goes through 8, 1. So now I am not giving you the y-intercept coordinate. I am giving you just a random x, y coordinate. Now, if it's parallel, what do we know about the slope? The slope needs to be what? The same. So now I have a slope and I have a point. Do we not know how to do that? If I have a slope and a point, then I am using point slope format. Like this. So if we're using point slope, what am I going to put where? And what do we have to remember about our coordinates? You got to flip the coordinates. So y minus what? 1 equals 1/4 parentheses x minus 8. Now the directions say we have to change that to slope-intercept form. How do we change this to slope-intercept form? We distribute. So we have y minus 1 equals 1/4 x. What is 1/4 of negative 8? Negative 2. And then what do I do with that minus 1? We're going to add it. What do we get? Y equals 1/4 x minus 1. So we could graph this in Desmos. We could graph it with our original to make sure they are in fact parallel. And we could also make sure that our new equation goes through 8(1). Y plus 5. And it's parallel, so our slope is staying negative 2.4. X minus 10. We're going to distribute negative 2.4x plus 24. And then we can take away our 5. Y equals negative 2.4x plus 19. Sketch a dotted line. Keyword again, parallel to the x-axis. I'm going to highlight, here's my x-axis. Parallel to that, to the x-axis, and a solid line parallel to the y-axis. So I'm going to color that one in green, just so we can see those. On the graph, then write an equation for the line on your drawing. Okay, so a line parallel to the x-axis. What do you know about the x-axis? It is horizontal. So this is going to be a OI, right? So this is where it gets a little dicey because we know that OIs are y equals. But they are in fact because the x-axis is horizontal. If we want to be parallel, we're crossing that y. Okay, so a line parallel to the x-axis will be y equals. And have a slope. What do we know about OIs? Slope of 0. All right, so someone give me an equation. What can we graph that's parallel? Y equals what? Y equals 2. Okay, so we're going to find where y is 2. Is that parallel to our x-axis? Yes, because technically the equation for the x-axis is actually y equals 0. So if they're parallel, they're still y equals. The equation for the x-axis is actually, for the y-axis is x equals 0, which is a little backwards. So if we're going to be parallel to the y-axis, then it's going to be an x equals equation. And what do we know about Vux? What kind of slope is it? Undefined slope. So someone give me an x number. X equals negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 6 right here. Okay? Determine the slope of a line that is parallel to the x-axis and passes through 6, negative 8. Write the equation. Guys, I cannot stress to you enough, I would definitely draw a picture here. Here's my x and my y-axis. It doesn't have to be a beautiful picture, right? If I'm at 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, and negative 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we need parallel to the x, is that an OI or a Vux? That is an oi. So what is the slope on an oi?
0.
Slope is 0. So what's my equation? Y equals -8. So again, if you're struggling with x-axis, think about the fact that it is horizontal. So you know it's going to be an oi. If Natasha says the line x equals 7 is parallel to the x-axis and has a slope of 0, do we agree or disagree? How could we do this? Can we draw a picture? Here, if I'm going to do x equals 7, I'm crossing my x-axis at 7. And I know if this is x equals, this is a vux. This is a vertical line. Is it parallel to the x-axis? No. Do we agree? No. And your picture would be your documentation there. Write an equation of the line, okay, again, look for keywords, parallel to H and goes through 2, 3. So here is 1, 2, 3. Here's my 2, 3. How do I know if it's going to be parallel? Same slope, all right? Same slope. So I need to find my slope on H. What do you know just by looking at H?
Negative.
It is negative. 1, 2, 3 over 1. So if my slope is -3, you can do a couple of things. You can do point slope, or you can do 1, 2, 3, back 1. 1, 2, 3, back 1 to find that y-intercept. Either way will work. If you want to see this, I can see, if I count like that, I can see my b is 9. Or you can do what we did before, y minus 3 equals -3, x minus 2, -3x plus 6, add my 3. What's 3 and 6?
6, 7.
-3x plus 9. Okay, so you can either use the graph or you can use point slope. So you've got options. If you did y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, you could have made a mini table and done change in y over change in x. Either way, make sure you're very careful with your signs. So -3 and plus 9. So my slope on this first set of points is -1/3. If I did -6, 0 and -3, -1, this is -1. This is plus 3, -1 over 3. Are they parallel?
Yeah.
Yes. Our reasoning is our work. Our slopes were the same.